Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Sioux Falls police are investigating an attempted robbery involving a stolen gun. Police say a woman noticed a man with a gun in a parking lot on 2nd Street at the top of the North Minnesota Avenue Hill.
When she tried to leave the lot, police say 20-year-old Jasur Holder opened her door and said he needed her car. The woman grabbed her keys and ran to a nearby building. When officers arrived, they allegedly found a gun that had been stolen from T in Holder's pocket.
This is the 3rd time he's been accused of robbery. In a 2021 case, robbery charges were dismissed. In a 2022 case, he was acquitted for mental illness.
In Rapid City, police were called to a house just before 10 a.m. on Thursday for a woman who was shot in the leg.
She was inside the home and the bullet entered from outside the residence. Officers received reports that multiple people ran from the area immediately following the incident.
Around 10:40, police found multiple subjects at a convenience store nearby who they believe were involved in the shooting. The suspects were detained and one gun was found.
The woman was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say there is no further danger to the public.
We have an update on a shooting in Aberdeen that we first told you about on Tuesday. Police were called to a house around 11 a.m. on December 10th after shots were fired near Congress Street. 2
people suffered gunshot wounds and were taken to the hospital. Now, 3 people have been arrested in connection with the crime. 20-year-old Jose Rivero is charged with attempted murder and burglary.
46-year-old Yormelis Terrero is charged with aiding and abetting murder and accessory to attempted murder. 64-year-old Alfredo Matos is charged with burglary. Now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, checking your weather. It looks like tonight and tomorrow morning we do have some wintry weather to talk about. A winter weather advisory posted in the area shaded in blue. That includes Yankton, Sioux Falls, Pipestone, Marshall, all of northwest Iowa and southern Minnesota. So it's basically for some freezing rain mixed at times with some snow and sleet and the slick travel that results from that. So make sure you're paying attention to the weather and exercise caution if you must be traveling in that. Temperatures today, at least on the rise here, 22 Sioux Falls, 23 degrees in Aberdeen, 28 for Pierre, and 37 in Rapid City. That's a quick look at weather. Our complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Brian. Project Warm Up is happening tomorrow in Sioux Falls. At this event, people help make tie blankets for those in need.
Kinley Berry, who has helped with the event since she was in kindergarten, is excited to help out again.
It just makes me happy. It just makes you joyful that I'm helping someone who's had a hard time, and it makes you feel happy about it.
The organization is seeking donations of fleece fabric or new tie blankets, as they have more than 1,600 blankets requested.
We posted more information on how you can help on KELOLAND.com.
The local Salvation Army is hoping this weekend's $20 challenge will bring a big boost to its Red Kettle campaign. The Salvation Army is seeing fewer dollars dropped into their red kettles so far this holiday season.
But tomorrow's challenge, when each $20 donation receives a matching donation of $100, is expected to bring in $75,000.
No matter what we raise, the people still need it. We're going to use all of it on the people, whether it's what we've made or whether it's below what we need.
Donations collected over the holidays account for half of the Salvation Army's budget for the entire year.
A holiday classic is set to make its return to the Orpheum Theater in downtown Sioux Falls. Members of the Premier Playhouse will perform A Christmas Carol beginning tonight, with more than 30 actors on stage and another 30 people behind the scenes.
The managing artistic director says there's no shortage of new elements, but they're ready.
You'd think with a lot of new casting and new direction that we'd kind of be scrambling, but I think because the core team is so used to putting on this production as a whole, and that the director has been studying the show for a while, and the actors have just risen to the occasion, everyone's kind of just come ready and they're kind of taking all the punches, and I think that audiences are actually going to love it come opening night.
A Christmas Carol opens its 9-day run tonight at 7.
We provided a link with complete schedule and ticket information under this story here on KELOLAND.com.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens.
All right, our weather picture today, well, it is warming up. That's some helpful news here as temperatures are climbing into the low 20s. This afternoon, I think that once we get to tonight, we're not going to see a lot of change. In fact, if anything, we may dip a little this evening and then actually rise past midnight. And of course, that's associated with the onset of this wintry mix, which we've been talking about. Again, the headline here is not for anything heavy. I don't think the amount of snow is going to get over an inch. In fact, it should just remain under that mark for many of us. But when we put in a little bit of sleet and freezing rain with it, it's that little glaze of ice that's the kind of the concern here. And it is mainly east of Interstate 29. So make sure you pay attention to that if you must be traveling through the late night hours and tomorrow morning. Temperatures, you can see the climb there or the steady trends there through 7, 8 o'clock. Notice the pink and the blue. That is our mixture of wintry precipitation. And bottom line is by tomorrow morning, more of it on the Minnesota-Iowa side of the border. And that's where we're going to kind of stay there through tomorrow afternoon. And see the temperature rising to freezing or a little bit above that mark west of Sioux Falls. So that's helpful as well. Hopefully that'll be improvement here on the road reports as we go through the day on Saturday. And I'm not concerned at all on Sunday. I think we'll warm up well above freezing and we'll actually have highs maybe near 50 in Rapid City. So it's quite a turnaround. Here's a look at that freezing rain forecast and the hourly updates. And you can see a couple of numbers popping up by 7. And then if we fast forward toward 9 or 10 o'clock, yeah, there it is. It's all out there and again through 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that's kind of the heart of the trouble that we would see on this. We are not alone. There is more to this across Iowa and Minnesota. In fact, if you're trying to travel to Des Moines or Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, there are some ice storm warnings in eastern Iowa with this onslaught of moisture from the south. Probably looking at rain mainly in Missouri. Twin Cities, yep, you're going to catch some mixed precipitation that far north as well. So please be advised of that. You can check out all of the details on our Storm Tracker app as we go into the weekend. By the way, temperatures are climbing as we go into the weekend as well. It looks like highs here are into the 30s. Check out all the details. They're available right now at KELOLAND.com.